All right, before we turn the microphone over to the Hatchet Man, Adam Schefter has tweeted out, the Pittsburgh Steelers have announced they have signed GM Omar Khan to a 3-year contract extension that will keep him with the team through at least the 2028 season. Mr. Steeler fan, your reaction?
Here's my reaction to that. We've done nothing with that man. Why extend him?
You make the playoffs.
We win championships. That's what we want. Championships.
Hey, you know what I found out here in Detroit? If you could just make the playoffs, that's good enough. So, by that standard, you guys are at the head of the class.
They've been aggressive this offseason. Clearly, this is what the owner wants. They like this, so they said, we're going to extend you for 3 years. Well,
okay, David,
you're not going to win anything for the next 3 years.
Steelers have kind of gone all in. You went and got a quarterback. You went and got a receiver. You went and got a corner. Now you just got to lock up TJ Watt. I know you don't like the pieces around, but they really are. They upgraded the spots last year.
But here's the problem that I have, and you're right. They're aggressive. They're going all in right now. But two of those players that you mentioned or positions that you mentioned, they'll be off the roster next year. Aaron Rodgers, gone. We're looking for another quarterback. Jalen Ramsey will not be here. He'll probably be cut. Gone.
You know what you deal with next year? You know when you deal with next year? Next year.
Well, on that note, let's deal with this current season here because Pete Prisco did his top 100 NFL players, and I want to focus on the quarterback position because he has 11 quarterbacks in his top 100. So I'm going to go from 11 to 1. You let me know this makes sense to you. And then at the end of the list, let me know if there's somebody missing. Number 11 on his list, which would be 92nd in the overall list, is Jordan Love. Jordan Love. So he's the worst quarterback on his list.
And he's the 11th?
He's the 11th.
You know what?
I think that's a fair you know what? He's got to prove more to me.
And I was about to say, I think it's fair. The injury, we were all waiting for that next step.
Right. Prove it.
And it didn't come. He got injured in that first game in Brazil. He never really recovered. It was a nagging injury all season long. They won games, but it wasn't because of him. So I do think that we kind of feel that way, similar to, I think, C.J. Stroud, where higher expectations didn't happen. We're going to be looking at Jaden Daniels this year. Higher expectations, you better live up to them.
Let me give you the next three because I think all three are similar quarterbacks. Number 10, Dak Prescott. Number 9, Jared Goff. Number 8, Baker Mayfield.
So give him again.
Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield.
You know what? Go ahead, Stoney.
I would put Goff ahead of Mayfield, but that's just me.
See, I honestly, I was going to say the opposite. I don't think that Baker Mayfield really gets his flowers. I think we just kind of look at him like he's the throw-in. And Baker Mayfield too. It's not like he's got this ton of talent around him. But
he's got great wide receivers.
He does,
too. So
but
the Lions. But
I'm just saying, he wins. He finds ways to win games. Now, the Goff thing, I mean, to me, yeah,
it's close.
It is close. Dak Prescott, I think we're forgetting, did he win the MVP or was he real close to winning the MVP two years ago?
He's never won an MVP.
No, he's never won.
He put up ridiculous video game yards.
Yeah. 2 years ago, he was really good.
He put up video game yards. I can't fault Dak for playing for Dallas because Dallas is a joke, but Dak, when he has pieces around, has shown he can get the job done.
Yeah, 2023, he finished second. That's the year that Lamar Jackson won.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what the addition of George Pickens does to Dak Prescott.
It keeps him up at night because all he'll do is complain to Dak. That's what'll happen. Number 7 on the list, and I'm purposely giving this one without another one. I don't want to give the next 6. I don't want to give number 6 yet. Number 7 is Jalen Hurts. Defending Super Bowl champ. Jalen Hurts is at 7.
You know what? I honestly, I think that's fair. I know you're Philly guy, Stoney, because when you think of Philly, you think of Saquon. You think of the backwards leap. You think of, the defense that they had. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you think of the brotherly shove tush push. But you don't think of Jalen Hurts going down the field and beating you the way that you would do a Mahomes, the way that you would do a Josh Allen.
Although he had a great Super Bowl, the one they lost.
Yes, he did. He did.
7 is fair depending on where the other 6 are, but I'm not going to dispute that right now.
That's why I didn't give number 6 with him. Because you're saying perfect position. Number 7, Jalen Hurts. Well, at number 6, Justin Herbert.
No! Sorry.
No,
it's not. No.
You know what? In my world, and I like Herbert coming out of college. I did. I was all.
You liked him more than 2. So did Jansen.
Yeah.
Jansen loved Justin Herbert.
Yeah, because Michael was like, oh, well, he only scored 6 points against the state team. Like, that's a bowl game. He hasn't done anything. We keep hearing how great he's going to be, but he doesn't do anything to be great. And after a while, your runway ends, and either you can produce or you can't, and he hasn't. Honestly, I wouldn't even have him in the top 100. I would have him at dead last. I would tell everybody, take one step forward, just back of the line.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do think he's overhyped.
I'd take Jordan Love over him. Every quarterback that we've met, I'd take Goff over him.
Prescott.
I'd take Dak over
Hurts.
him. Yeah, I would take all of these guys over Herbert. Yeah. Herbert to the back of the line.
It's kind of like, in a weird way, the way Stafford was early in his career.
You're exactly right. Great talent, great arm talent. Mm-hmm. Couldn't win. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens with him. So I'm going to give you the top 5 here. Now, you may switch the order. You may want to take someone out. Not sure. 5, Jaden Daniels. 4, Joe Burrow. 3, Lamar Jackson. 1, Josh Allen. I'm sorry, 2, Josh Allen. 1, Patrick Mahomes.
That's that Cass Tech education right there.
Okay.
No, because I have where they are in parentheses overall, okay. So I'm sorry.
All right, the only one I disagree with a little bit, and it's going to sound blasphemous because of what he did at Ford Field, I just think it's a little too early to have Jaden Daniels in the top 5. That's my only.
I thought someone would say that.
That's my only issue. And you mentioned C.J. Stroud. Is Jaden Daniels going to be C.J.? It's sophomore slumps happen. Jaden Daniels was great his rookie year.
So
doesn't mean he's right now going to be a better quarterback than
Jalen Hurts, who should probably be number 5.
Who's won a Super Bowl.
Yes.
I mean, because you look at Jaden Daniels and you see the potential for explosive plays.
Yeah.
You look at the receiver adding Debo. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. I'm not going to lose any sleep. Here's the problem that I would have. I'm going to go back to Justin Herbert. Really? So I would take Matthew Stafford.
I have Justin Herbert right now.
Over Justin Herbert.
So would I.
Okay? And you can say what you want, David. I take Brock Purdy over Justin Herbert. One guy's been to 2 Super Bowls. Well, at least he's been to one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Herbert's been to the playoffs.
I'd almost take C.J. Stroud ahead of Herbert.
I was wondering if you would put C.J. Stroud on the list.
So once again, I'm going back. I think Jaden Daniels is this year's C.J. Stroud. He's or Jordan Love, where you saw what he did that rookie year, and you're like, man, if he could do that again and get all the way to the NFC title game, what will happen?
Let me ask you a question. If Jaden Daniels, granted he won a playoff game and played pretty good in the one that they lost. He won 2 playoff games and played pretty well in the one he lost, okay? If he's there, which is fine, maybe a little lower, Bo Nix should be in the top 100, right? I mean, if you're going to go take a rookie.
Because you know what? But
not ahead of Daniels, don't get me wrong.
But he should be on the list.
Yes.
But I think Daniels did it on the big stage. He came to Detroit. He knocked off the giant, and that's when everybody was just like, oh, my. Because when he beat the Lions, he became more than the quarterback who threw the Hail Mary against the Bears.
Yes. You're right. You're exactly right about that.
Then it was like, okay, that was a cute story. And that's when he was at Bo Nix level. Oh, my God. He won 2 playoff games? Because you remember, they won the game before the Lions.
Right.
So he has won 2 playoff games in his rookie year. I think that's why he's top 5 right now.
That's a great conversation because there's some players that can be shifted in here. But, again, this is
So
a
my
top
guy-
100 list. So
my
he
guy-
only put 11 on here.
My guy got no love.
No love. Not on the and it could be because he was hurt.
He was hurt last year.
So
I get it.
What happens is he'll jump up with more talent and everything. Whatever. Rock party. Who cares? That is in football today.